Roar!
Ew. Die, Spider, die! By misskoifishpony. Something was touching her face. At first, Fluttershy thought she was imagining things, but as the soft crawling sensation continued, she knew that her imagination wasn't playing tricks on her. Fluttershy tried to think rationally of what could be touching her face in the middle of night. She dared not open her eyes due to her own need for sleep. She went through every option in her mind. It was a strand of her hair, or Angel Bunny nuzzling her cheek, or even the wind. She waited for this tickling brush on her cheek to fade away. But when it didn't for several minutes, she decided to brave up and open her eyes. She whimpered softly before opening her left eye slowly. Fluttershy stared into 8 red glowing eyes. Ah! She screamed. The scared Pegasus shook her head violently, which sent the small black creature flying to the pillow on the other side of her bed. She drew the covers close to her chest and cornered herself far away from this creature staring at her. She screamed once more. Ah! Her bedroom door flung wide open and crashed hard against the wall.
I'm here, my dear! Hold on!
Discord exclaimed with great concern in his voice.
Discord?
Fluttershy whispered. Even in the darkness, she could tell it was a lot of chaos coming through her door. And his eyes were on the small black creature at the end of her bed. Discord's eyes soon became a light in the pitch black room when they glowed an angry shade of yellow.
Yeah.
He hissed. The crawling thing with glowing red eyes turned its attention to the large Draconicus in the doorway. He could tell that this opponent was ready to attack.
How dare you touch my Fluttershy's fair and lovely face!
Discord lunged at the creature with 8 legs like a jungle cat. His fangs were sharp and bare, his claws were out, and he was ready to snatch up the little bugger. He fought with it ferociously at the end of Fluttershy's bed. Discord made her tiny bed shake and jump, and poor Fluttershy had to hold on it for dear life.
Discord.
Aha!
Discord shouted in the middle of his battle.
You cannot have her! She is mine! Mine!
The little crawler squeaked in fear and jumped off the bed, and Discord naturally followed it. With a devilish smile, he announces,
Come back here and die like the cowardly spider you are!
Spider?
Fluttershy uttered aloud.
Discord, wait!
The Draconicus continued to scramble for the frightened spider on the floor. The spider tried to hide everywhere. The drawers, the rugs, the chairs, everything. But nothing worked. Discord would always find it. The spider then resorted to hiding behind the bedroom window curtains. But Discord quickly trapped it in his lion paw when the spider shivered behind the transparent fabric.
Gotcha!
He lifted his lion paw to his face and stated evilly,
And now, you're the mice.
And just when Discord was about to squish the defenseless bug in his paw, Fluttershy scolded him with,
Discord, stop!
What do you mean, my dear?
She fluttered up to him and gently proclaimed,
I mean, don't hurt him. Just let him go back outside and leave him alone.
What? But it scared you. Out of your wits. It crawled all over your lovely face.
Discord, I just overreacted and... Wait, how did you know about that?
Lucky guess?
He answered with a nervous yet cheeky smile.
Discord?
Alright. The truth is, I sometimes like to watch you sleep. And when I say sometimes, I mean often.
How often?
She mumbled with a very bright and red blush on her face. She was so thankful that it was dark in her room. She couldn't possibly let Discord see her embarrassing blush.
Not too often, I promise you. It's just whenever I can't sleep.
Huh?
Discord opens the bedroom window and releases the spider into this open fresh air before explaining everything to Fluttershy.
You see, whenever I can't sleep back at my place, I open a little sneak peek portal into your bedroom and watch you sleep. You just look so peaceful and it just sootheth me back to sleep. Kinda like
A lullaby?
Yes, just like a lullaby. Very good, my dear.
Fluttershy closed the bedroom window and softly explained to Discord.
Discord, it isn't normal for friends to watch other friends sleep.
So, my dear Fluttershy, if you haven't noticed, but nothing about me is normal.
I know that, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. Just like when you called me your Fluttershy when you barged through the door. Or when you kept shouting, she's mine, when you were fighting with the spider.
Oh, really? I said that?
He answered in a guilty, sneaky voice.
You misunderstood me, my dear. I probably just said Fluttershy and you're mine, spider. Ah! Perfectly easy terms to mix up. No biggie, my dearest.
Fluttershy didn't believe Discord's excuse. She knew too well what she had heard. But that's not the issue at Hoof.
Discord, how long have you been watching me? Watching me sleep, I mean?
Ever since I got my new dicks in my pocket dimension.
Oh dear. Discord, you have just come over and told me about this. I could have helped you.
But I didn't want to disturb you. It would be inconsiderate of me to wake you in the middle of the night.
Oh, it's alright. I don't mind. I mean, anything to help a friend.
Fluttershy's sweet comment made Discord smile and sigh. He just loved it when she said stuff like that. Especially with that little smile of hers. Even in the dark, he could see it as clear as day.
I have an idea.
Fluttershy walked over to the brown chest in the corner of the room. Discord looked over her shoulder like a suspicious child. His eyes widened at what she pulled out. It was a teddy bear. The yellow mare held up the cute toy to Discord and said,
Here, for you.
For me?
He asked while taking the teddy bear into his hands.
Why? What's it even for?
It's for helping you sleep. This little guy was my sleeping buddy when I was a filly, and now he can be your sleeping buddy.
Sleeping buddy?
Discord examined the stuffed bear in his claws all around. He turned it on its sides, upside down, dangled it, and even sniffed it. But when he sniffed it, it smelled wonderful. Strawberries and morning dew. It smelled just like Fluttershy. With a smile on his face, he responded with,
I think this little teddy bear will do quite nicely.
Really? Oh, I'm so glad.
Discord couldn't wait to sleep with it tonight. He could imagine holding Fluttershy in his slumber. Suddenly, he noticed something in the corner of his eye. It was tiny, black, had glowing red eyes, and it was crawling on the wall.
What is it, Discord?
It's just another spider. Probably the first spider's mate. But it won't bug you, my dear.
Really? Why not?
Because it's female, that's why. Anyway, good night, my dear. Have pleasant dreams.
Before Fluttershy knew it, Discord walked out of her room and poofed himself back to his pocket dimension, leaving her standing in the middle of her room, confused and unsure.
Good night?
Author's note. Miss Koi does not own MLP and the fanfic 8 Legs of Love, for they all belong to the respective owners and creators. I highly recommend 8 Legs of Love if you're a Phantom of the Opera fan. It's hilarious. Anyway, thank you, Quiet, for giving me permission to do this, and I hope you enjoy this. Hello everyone, this is Visual Pony from Pony&Wolf Productions, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to this video. At this point, I want to thank all of our amazing patrons on Patreon for supporting this channel with their monthly donations and keeping the lights on around here. Now, more than ever, it is important that you support your favorite content creators, because due to YouTube's new content policy changes, we, along with other content creators, had to demonetize a lot of our most profitable videos. For us, those are the Fallout Equestria stories. As you can see on the graph on screen right now, our earnings per video used to be relatively okay. Even though the earnings were never enough for a viable career, it was enough for a good, decent side income. Now we are struggling to pay our bills. If you want to support us for as little as $1 a month, you can do so by clicking on our Patreon link down in the description below. And you can get wonderful perks like, for example, early access to all of our stuff. Sometimes things like this are recorded months in advance. Voice acting lessons from me or Midnight if you really want to. And you can join our Patreon Discord server. Even though it may look like there's not much going on in there, I am actually checking it on the daily. Thank you for listening to this message, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day.